Hello, everybody. This is your boy back again, and today we will be team building around Dusclops. Now, Dusclops is like uniquely good, right? Like I just think it's super underrated in this format. Super underrated trick room setter specifically, and honestly, trick room setters are kind of hard to come by. You have obviously for a graph, which is really good against that priority spam that kind of started the format and might come back. You have Cresselia, which I personally am not a big fan of Cresselia because it just doesn't do a lot of damage. It has a pretty bad typing and just pure psychic. Porygon 2 is pretty good, but today we're talking about Dusclops. Now, Dusclops has a cool niche where it obviously sets up Trick Room, but obviously has the unique item as an Eviolite, but it also can burn opposing Pokemon with Will-O-Wisp, which I think is really cool. You have obviously very strong physical attackers such as Urshifu, Rillaboom, the Ogrepons. Obviously, if we're not talking about Hearth Flame, right? Hearth Flame is immune. But yeah, I think just burning and negating damage is just super strong. Another niche I think is cool is that it gets Haze. Now, I've been meaning to play with this fun Raging Bolt set, with special booster energy with Draco Meteor. Before I was trying to do it with Murkrow. Before I was trying to like Murkrow Haze next to Draco Meteor Raging Bolt because Haze is unique where it doesn't actually get rid of the booster energy, but it does get rid of stat drops. So I could keep my special attack boost with the booster energy while I decrease the Draco Meteor drop. Super strong. And under Trick Room, where Raging Bolt is naturally slow, or slower than most Pokemon, I can set up Trick Room, and start dropping Dracos and haze the drops away. Super strong. I'm between Nightshade and Pain Split for my last move. Um, Now, full transparency, I have played around with Dusclops, and I wasn't clicking Nightshade as much, so I think playing Pain Split with the extra healing benefit would be nice. We're gonna skip the EVs just because I'm not sure if I want it to be specially bulky or physically bulky. Um, so we're going to just play it by ear, right? See what my other Pokemon kind of are trained into, and then we'll just come back. Obviously I want my Raging Bolt to be 3 attacks. Thunderclap, just because I want him to do as much damage in Trick Room or outside of Trick Room. I forgot about the Terror type. I think Dark is a pretty good Terror type. It resists Dark moves, and is immune to Taunt, and I don't have any attacking moves, so um, it's not immune to Taunt, sorry. It's immune to Prankster moves, which are pretty common with Taunt. This Raging Bolt set, we'll just do Max. Nothing complicated there. Next, I'm gonna do a little Incineroar Amoonguss core, just a little support action. You know what I'm saying? Setting up Trick Room, but also it's pretty good with this Raging Bolt, so I can probably build a balanced team around it. We're gonna do a little Rocky Helmet action with Amoonguss, just to punish physical attackers, um, like that. I wanted to do Pollen Puff. I like Pollen Puff, especially under Trick Room. I think it's really strong. Rage Powder, Spore, and Protect, all given. Just the basic set. Hit 219 to be divisible by 3. Max out the defense. And I'm going to be min speed with my Amoonguss. So I have another, another position of why I want to set Trick Room, right? And then the rest into my special defense. Biggest Hero Water. Super basic Amoonguss. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, am I right? Now, on this team, this is a pretty strong core on its own. I am scared about Flutter Mane. Sure, Amoonguss is here, but what if it's Taunt? So, I'm gonna actually have an Assault Vest Incineroar. Pretty good counter to the booster Flutter Mane. Knockoff, U-turn, and Fake Out. Super basic. Do a little basic spread as well. Make it adamant. And you can be tier bug. Because, well, I'm kind of scared of landers as well. And we'll make this Terra Fairy. A good defensive typing there. Now what's next? So I'm kind of lacking speed. I could go the Flutter main route, but I already have a water grass, a fire grass kind of going on, so might as well have an Urshifu with a Choice Scarf. Pairs well with the Incineroar. And these four are just really strong in general, so might as well just add an Urshifu. And I'm also taking a little inspiration from Neil's team, where he had a Porygon Flutter main, but he also had a Choice Scarf Urshifu. Super, super strong. And then make an adamant here. Now for our last Pokemon. I want this Pokemon to take advantage of Trick Room, just because, you know, well, we're building around Dusclops, right? I think it's pretty strong, and we could do Ursaluna. It kind of just covers for Raging Bolt, right? Like Ursaluna has that the pesky ground moves that Raging Bolt can hit with the electric moves, right? You have the normal moves that Raging Bolt can hit with very strong Draco Meteors. The Draco Meteors that are immune or like resisted by steel types. Ursaluna's got it. So I think it's really strong. We'll just do a basic Flame Orb set with Facade, Headlong Rush, maybe Sub. I like Earthquake personally. Even though I don't have any flyers on this team, I think it's still worth it. I have a couple Protects, and I have a Bugterra, stuff like that. I think it's strong. We're also going to do min speed on this Ursaluna. So we're going to do Brave Nature. Right there. Make it a ghost type, I think. Make it a ghost type. It's kind of hard to maneuver around Fake Out on this team. That's another plus side of the Rocky Helmet as well, I would say. And now we're here. Now I have a pretty physically bulky team, so with the Ursaluna and the Amoonguss. And Urshifu also has more defense stats than his special defense. So we're gonna actually train this Dusclops into special defense. Hopefully that makes sense. And we're gonna make you a min speed Dusclops. This way I can outspeed Amoongus's in Trick Room. That's also a niche of Dusclops. It underspeeds Amoonguss. Now we have the team built, and let's play some games. Super, super exciting. If you haven't already, just hit that subscribe button. I'd appreciate it. While we're booting into a game, here we go. Alrighty. Oh shoot! Oh, this is my first time playing with Flutter main when they got the 3D sprite. That's awesome. That is awesome. I haven't been playing in a while, to be fully transparent, just because I haven't really had the time. So, obviously he has... Oh, this one doesn't have taunt. Does this have taunt? It does. Okay, Flutter main's going to be hard to maneuver around. Let's play with my Urshifu and Incineroar on the lead. This doesn't have Covert Cloak, so I could probably fake out anything, so that looks really good. I like Dusclops here as well. And then I'm between Ursaluna and my Raging Bolt. I think I like Ursaluna here. I think I do, just because that Landorus is a little scary. And Ursaluna is also a Spore immune when it gets the Flame Orb active. And here we go. This isn't Rocky Helmet, so I'm not fully convinced that he's going to Rage Fodder. And if he does, it's not the biggest deal. So we're just going to click Surge Strikes into you. I'm sure just a Fake Out's coming out. And then a Spore, right? So what if we just trade fake outs? Okay, it looks like he was sporing and he wasn't taking the risk. Gotcha, gotcha. Just positioning better. I like it, I like it. Now I haven't trained this Urshifu to live a thunderclap, so we're going to actually pivot into my Ursaluna, I want to say. And maybe Flare Blitz or knock off into the Amoonguss. I don't hate both. I don't hate both. Because I'm assuming a Spore's coming out. Maybe into my Instant slot. Okay. Yeah, let's just do as much damage as we can to it. He actually does the Draco, reading the switch, which is awesome on his part. Sweet, we'll see what he does next. Maybe he Spores into my Instant. Makes sense to me. Now I'm not convinced that he can kill me with a Draco from this range because his special attack went down. We can probably KO the Amoonguss here. Amoonguss is normally 50 base speed, so unless he invested into speed, he's kind of screwed here. We're also going to kind of just burn turns with Instant, I think. So, yeah, I think that's the move. He actually clicks Protect. That's very smart. Okay. Maybe I should have protected there just to scout and also burn a turn of sleep. That would have been better. That would have definitely been better. Now I'm in threat of a KO. Let's actually pivot into Dusclops and maybe we can find an opportunity to set up a Trick Room, and then we can U-turn to try to get. Let's actually try to just knock out the Amoonguss. Just because it's kind of vulnerable, not having protected last turn. Gluck's Draco, not doing a lot of damage. Now, knockoff is kind of threatening here. I can definitely see him switching there. And if he does, what's my move? I think he's going to knock off into Dusclops. So I'm going to Terror here, Trick Room. Hope I wake up, U-turn into the Amoonguss. Yeah. And then next turn I can Plane Split into my, guy. My Ursaluna to give him some HP back. I do wake up, thankfully. That's awesome. And I Trick Room here. And I can give, hopefully I have health to give to my Ursaluna. We'll do this. And then his Amoonguss might actually Sludge Bomb into my Ursaluna, which would suck. But that's fine because I'll Pain Split before he attacks, which is good. So I'm going to Headlong Rush into the Instant slot. Has he Terrored already? Maybe I should try to knock out the Amoonguss. No, I think this is good. Alright. Alright, he didn't Spore. That's the best case scenario. So maybe I can Pain Split next turn as well to heal. How much did I heal there? Oh, it doesn't tell me, unfortunate. Well, I could do the math. I was at 5 HP. I healed like about like 20, I think. He's under threat, obviously. I'm kind of convinced that a Facade will kill here. But is it worth it? Right? Because he might protect here. I think I'm going to Facade and then Pain Split into my own guy again. Or I can try to burn. Or I can try to Trick Room and then get my guy out. Like that. Because he's going to KO my Ursaluna and I'm going to be in a bad position. Or does that. That's fine too. And then, yeah. And then my guy is the fastest here. He doesn't have He doesn't have Terror available, does he? He does. So I think Headlong Rush, or I think Facade is still my strongest move here. Um, so I think it's ideal to do this. No. I think it's ideal to get damage off and do that. Okay, great. I need that little extra chip damage just in case. All right. And now we have to see if Earthbow definitely kills here, but a knockoff and Aqua Jet definitely kills before that. And I think that we take game one, which is great. We could have definitely been a bit more cleaner in the early game. Ooh, I did not read that. That's kind of dumb on my part. Huh. I do have an assault vest, so I should live. Oh, I didn't die. Oh, because knockoff. Right. Alright, that goes game one. How can I adjust? The Amoongus was a problem. I could lead with my own. I could have my own Amoongus, just because the Trick Room core was pretty strong, and Urshifu was kind of just waiting until the rooms, the Twisted Dimensions was over. I'm also scared of this Flutter Mane. I feel like he might bring it this time, because he left it behind. This is Booster. Yeah, I like Amoongus here. Maybe in the lead is the question. I do like it in the lead. I do. But I think I'm going to lead actually Dusclops, Urshifu, Incineroar, and Amoongus. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Okay, Urshifu is badly positioned here. And my Dusclops is just being asked to be spored. So we're going to switch, and we might just double switch here, honestly. We might just have to double switch. Or I could try to just burn sleep turns now with Dusclops, which doesn't seem like the worst idea. It doesn't seem like the worst idea. I don't hate that either. We can go Trick Room and then Amoongus. He does click Draco. I was considering U-turning there, but it is what it is. But so now he's lowered in special attack, so he's not as threatening as he could be. We're gonna click Trick Room again, and we're gonna pivot out into Incin. If he spores that slot, that's good on him. But yeah, okay, Sledge Bombs, don't poison. Great, I love that. We're gonna go back into Amoongus with my Incin, or I can fake out here. This is kind of the problem with not having Nightshade. I can't do damage with my Dusclops. I need to get one of my my attackers in. Oh, I didn't bring I didn't bring it. I meant to bring Urshifu behind, not I meant to bring Ursaluna. That's a big blunder on my part. It's a huge blunder on my part. Let's do this. Huge blunder on my part. I don't have Ursaluna, my main Trick Room attacker. I'll try to figure it out though, on the fly. Kind of just do damage with the Pain Split, hopefully. And then, yeah. So I should not play with a Trick Room in this game, I don't think. Okay, yeah, just waste turns. Okay, Flare Blitzes, not great, but at least it takes damage here. Yeah, that was a huge blunder by me. Huge blunder. So maybe I should be like Grass Terra on this guy. I should be Grass Terra. Just so like Amoongus isn't too much of a problem. I can just burn him for some chippy chips. And then yeah, just kind of accept I'm getting burned here. Or slept, excuse me. I don't want my guy to die though. So we're gonna Terror here. And click Flare Blitz. Okay. ticking down at your HP. I guess I could like pain split into my Ensign because Ensign's more valuable here. He's definitely sporing, which sucks. Let's pain split into the Amoongus. No, let's pain split into my Ensign. And then try to wake up with Flare Blitzen right here. And he parting shots into Ensign. I wouldn't be surprised if he just clicked Sludge Bomb into the Dusclops. Ooh, Lander's out. Okay. Alright, I need to get my guy in safely. I definitely don't live a Earth Power from this range. Obviously you would. So I could do like... Maybe I could do Taunt in this slot. Maybe that's something I could consider. Let's try to play a little cheeky. I do need Ensign. So we're going to switch into Urshifu here. It's a little unfortunate. It's a little unfortunate. Maybe I could have okay, he goes for Sandsear Storm. I don't wake up anyways. I was gonna consider a pain split into my Urshifu for a preemptive hit, but he went for a Sandsear Storm and missed, which was fortunate. But I don't think that's gonna get us out of this pickle. We're gonna try to do that, and I might just hard switch back, just because I don't want to take damage, but I think it's worth just to attack. Okay. And then he Sandsear Storm again? He does, and he misses. And he hits on my Urshifu, and I don't wake up, unfortunately. And yeah, this is definitely a loss. This is definitely a loss. Not bringing Ursaluna is a problem. If I do want to get a way out, I probably should do like something like this. Hope for the wake up, fake out, and I don't get it. Okay. For some reason, I just didn't bring the Ursaluna, which was crazy. I just had like 3 supporting mons that set up Trick Room with my Urshifu. Not my greatest idea. Not my greatest idea. And Amoongus didn't do much. So, and he also didn't bring the Flood Remain, which is very surprising. So I think I might do my same lead as in game 1, where I have a Dusclops in the back, and Ursaluna and Urshifu and fake out support in the front. He's been Dracoing turn 1 each game, so I am kind of curious if he Thunderclaps this game. I wouldn't be surprised. But even if he does, even if he does Draco, it didn't go well for him last game, so I can totally see him not doing it again. We're just gonna fake out and then go to Ursaluna, I think. I know it's... Maybe I should go to Dusclops instead. Yeah, I'm actually gonna do Dusclops. I think this is a better opportunity to get to Dusclops. Is he Draco? He does Thunderclaps. Great. And then I think he's gonna spore into this slot. So I have to burn some sleep turns with Dusclops already. And well, I will just try to set up the Trick Room now, right? Might as well. Get a strong Flare Blitz out. Strong. Oh, he spores. Okay, now I get my Trick Room up. Now let's go to Ursaluna, and let's try to Will-O-Wisp into the Amoongus. He might knock off into my instant slot, reading it, but that's fine. The Will-O-Wisp chip not getting it is kind of sucks, but it is what it is. So now my Ursaluna is like super well positioned. I could click Earthquake here. I don't hate that idea. I really don't. But I think it's safer to click Facade into the Amoongus. But then it could protect. Or just switch. I don't think my Dusclops dies to an earthquake. Instant should die. Unless it's super bulky physically. It doesn't have any chips, so I shouldn't expect it to die from this, right? So maybe a headlong rush is better. That's the threat. And also it can't protect. And then we can try to get a Will-O-Wisp into the Amoonguss. Or let's headlong rush. And let's... I don't have a chance to wake up. We'll just try to plane split into the Amoonguss here. Okay. Well played on his part. I don't know why he would Rage Powder that... Okay, maybe he just wants to die. Kind of sad life for the mushroom, am I right, guys? Kind of the sad life. He just wanted Instant out, probably. I don't like this Intimidate. I really don't. And Trick Room is about to end, so... Maybe I shouldn't switch out. I could actually do something like this. I could, like, hope for the wake up, and then... I wonder if Facade plus Intimidate kills this. Let's try it. Okay, I don't wake up, unfortunately. Does this KO? It does! Ursulin is the GOAT. Ursulin is amazing. Alright, yeah, we're just positioned to win now. We're just really positioned to win now. We're going to headlong rush, and we're going to pain split into the Instant. Clean game. Just getting Ursulina in position was really good. I didn't even consider Terra Fairy there. I wonder if that would have been bad. Because if he Terra Fairied... I guess I get a Jet. And maybe, like, that would have done enough? I don't know. I guess Instant is also a possibility there to clean up there. I should have thought of that more carefully. But yeah, we won. Great. I think we have time for one more game. Maybe even two, if we're lucky. So let's go. Great first game. Before we jump into the next game, I do want to change a couple things. I think Pain Split is cool. But I'm considering changing it for Taunt, maybe, right? Haze is cool because of, like, drops I have and Intimidate stuff. So, but you didn't see, like, Haze being used in that game, but I think it's pretty useful. I think Pain Split kind of should go. For Nightshade or for Taunt? All viable options. Maybe you should be Safety Goggles instead of Assault Vest. But I like Assault Vest. We'll just make you Terra Grass and then see how that goes. You can make you Terra Grass. That's kind of overkill, huh? I like the Terra Dark. You have Taunt as well, actually. But I probably won't go for that. Mungus is a problem, huh? Let's try Taunt. Let's see how that goes. And what else did I want to change? Protect is good. I low-key want to make it so it lives Raging Bolt. Like, if I wanted to Eevee it, right? To live Raging Bolt, so I can kind of lower this to hit, like, a jump. Yeah, there. My speed, I'm kind of fine with... What do I want to outspeed? Like, all the time. Like... We'll outspeed, like... Fast Instance? Is that crazy? That might be too slow. I think this is like a normal speed. I think that's just a normal speed. I think I've seen that number before. And we will just, like, honestly... I think, like, something like this lives Raging Bolt. I'm, like, 90% sure this lives Raging Bolt. No boosted Thunderclap, no multipliers, right? I'm pretty sure I've seen that number before. Ursulina was great. Ghost Terror was great. Like I thought Fake Out was kind of... It seems kind of vulnerable to Fake Out. My Terra type here. Didn't get to click it, but I mean, I thought it was pretty cool. Let's just go again. This is kind of how I go about team building. Just kind of play it by each game, see if there's anything I wanted to change. All right, we have a pretty basic team here. Just super offensive. How do I want to go about it? I could try to set up Trick Room. I think Ursaluna isn't the greatest here. So I want to play around Raging Bolt. This is booster, it is. So I can do like this kind of lead. Maybe Dusclops and then Raging Bolt. Yeah, let's try that. See how that goes. Okay, so we have you out. I'm gonna make a crazy read. It's not really a read. I just want to get the damage off of the Chi-Yu. And if it Ghost Tears, that's great. And then I'm going to Terra and then click Spore. Okay, that's fine. He protects a knock while it goes into the Spore. Okay, now this guy is kind of threatening. We're going to go into Raging Bull and protect. That's a pretty safe defensive play. Is there anything he can punish with that? I could like kind of get some momentum and just try to Spore the Tornadoes. Which isn't terrible, but I want to keep my health, I think. So we're just going to protect. We don't have to do anything fancy here, right? He clicks Bleak Windstorm, and I'm assuming a Horn Leech is coming out. Yeah. Now I can click just Thunderbolt into the Tornadoes, and I could click Pollen Puff into my own Raging Bolt, but I don't think I should. I think Incineroar is a great switch here, and then Raging Bolt clicking Thunderbolt is a good attack, and then I have Fake Out next turn. Okay, he doesn't protect. And then he clicks Horn Leech here, and then I KO the Torn, so he doesn't get Tailwind up this game. He has a Chi-Yu probably. He has Urshifu in the back. I do have Fake Out here. He might just double protect here. So I think I'm just going to click that. Let's Sash. Let's click Draco into Ogerpon and Dusclops. Try to get the Trick Room up. Okay, so he doesn't double protect. So this is a free Chi-Yu if I hit. Okay. We love that. We love to see that. Now I can just like click hazes and stuff and do my thing. I should live a Wicked Blow from this range. So Rocky Helmet. Let's click Draco. Let's try to click actually Draco into Will-O-Wisp here. Or I can click a Trick Room. Let's do that. I don't think there's a chance I can get Haze off, unfortunately. So I think this is more worth it. I wonder why he... Oh, he was probably raiding my Ensign to go into that slot. But instead I did this. Instead I did this. We're gonna do this, actually. We're gonna do the opposite. Okay, he forfeits. That was a pretty clean game. What can I change? What can he change? Again, they're not bringing Fluttermane into me, which is interesting. I wonder why. My team is pretty bad into it. I guess Assault Vest is pretty good into it, and so that's why they're scared of it, which is interesting. So it's a food for thought. We could just do the same game plan. It went pretty well. I wonder The Glamour is coming. If it should come, right? My team was pretty slow, so he might be tempted to bring the Glamora, who is naturally not that fast, but into my team it is. So let's just do the same game plan. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not incentive to change, so we'll just do this. He does bring the Glamora, like I said. I could Spore into it. Obviously, he can Grass Terra. And he could click Meteor Beam here. I think it's safer just to click Fake Out. And... Meteor Beam, double up, maybe could kill. Just going to go with Dusclops here, and then Spore into the Glamora. Okay, he does Grass Terra, so I can Flare Blitz it now. RG Cudgel, crits, unfortunate. Alright. We're back into it. Ogerpon is kind of a sitting duck. I'm just going to Flare Blitz here and switch into my Raging Bolt, I think. Or read the switch and Spore this. I think that's what I'm going to do, just to get momentum back. He doesn't switch, unfortunately. He might just double attack into Incendio. I could have clicked Pollen Puff into my Incin, which probably was safer. But that play was more to call out anything. Okay, so I could totally see you switching out now. I could Spore, or he could just be a follow me bot now. I'm going to U-turn and then Rage Powder, I think. Or I want to switch the or am I incentivized to switch the Amoonguss out because I want to get this Toxic Spikes away? I don't think so. I think I should do something like this. Does he protect here? Okay, Wicked Blows, and it KOs. And I get a Spore off, which is great. Does he have Gleam? He does have Gleam. Okay, so obviously I can protect and Spore, but I'm going to actually Rage Powder here. I don't think he's going to Dazzling Gleam because protect and Spore is so obvious. So we're going to do this. He might Dazzling Gleam. Do I live a Moonblast? Does Raging Bolt live a Moonblast naturally? It looks like it does. It looks like it does. So we're going to Draco. Should I Draco? Do I have enough damage after that, though? Then? Maybe I should just, like, do that and then Rage Powder. Like, something like this. Okay, he protects. That makes sense. I kind of got into my head, but it makes sense because he wants to burn a sleep turn. He wants to burn a sleep turn. Okay. We're going to just protect and Spore again. If he wakes up, how bad is that? He Wicked Blows. Let's not protect. I just need this Fluttermane to sleep. He does wake up, okay. That does a lot. I probably lose this game. Probably lose this game. I'm gonna assume that he... Okay, he didn't... I was hoping that he'd protect there. I was hoping he'd protect there. That's fine, that's fine. Alright, game 3. What can I do differently? A lot I could do differently. The Glamour was a problem, obviously. I could bring Ursulina in, or I could play with Dusclops in the lead because he didn't bring Chi-Yu. That's probably what I'm gonna do. And this Flutter Mane isn't actually that threatening because it doesn't have Shadow Ball. So we'll play with Dusclops, and I don't hate Urshifu. I don't hate him at all. Um, I think something like this could be good. No Incin. Yeah, we'll try this. See how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Okay. So obviously I'm threatening Surging Strikes into you, but you could just Terra, or you could follow me. I'm going to click Will-O-Wisp. I'm going to click Trick Room, and I'm going to click U-Turn. Now that is obvious, but I'm also threatening other things, so let's hope that he looks into that more. Okay, it looks like he was not threatened by Surging Strikes, which is interesting. We're gonna go to Amoonguss here, because they're all food. Okay, is that KO? It does a nice, huge. Click Will-O-Wisp and Spore into the Glamora. Or I could Pollen Puff here, actually. Is it worth it? I think so. See my Protect. Okay, he doesn't do it. Maybe Cudgel. It's a weak move. Okay, yeah. Does he poison? Great. Let's Haze and Pollen Puff again. And then we can Spore next turn. Ooh, smart. I didn't expect that. He Sludge Bombs, okay. Don't poison. Poisons. Okay, now I can Draco. And I can also... No, he probably just protects, right? So let's actually go into you and Draco. Okay, he didn't switch. Or he didn't protect, excuse me. Okay, now we're outside of Trick Room. Do I have Terra left? Do I have Terra still? I do. Yeah, we'll just do that. The Thunderclap? Does that KO? Probably. Alright, we're moving. We're doing great. What's his last... How can he come back? I don't think there's a way. Unless it was Tornadus, maybe? If it was Tornadus, maybe I should have gone to Dusclops. Oh, I think this was better. Because then Oblique Windstorm never kills. I Spore it. Oh, it's Rocky Helmet. I have no idea. Yeah, I think this is GG's. And that is Dusclops. Dusclops was super impressive. I really like Dusclops. I'm not too sure if I like Taunt or I like Pain Split. Honestly, there were turns where I would have preferred Pain Split. Taunting to follow me was great. So I'd definitely have to play more games. I also can see an argument for Nightshade. But yeah, I definitely think Dusclops is really good. I encourage y'all to also play with Dusclops. Are there any changes that you would make to this team? Do you think Dusclops fits on other style of teams? I do like the idea of just adding Dusclops to kind of a balanced team, but with a hard Trick Room mode kind of tacked on, right?
This obviously isn't like hard trick room, but has a hard trick room elements, right? So, thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, this one's kind of a long one, so I hope you guys are enjoying the content. If you guys have any feedback, I'd definitely appreciate hearing that. And yeah, there's not much else I want to say. So, y'all have a great one. I'll definitely be posting more. I have a great time making these videos, and I hope you guys have a great day. See ya.